In this session, we're going to demonstrate some of the sales call capabilities of the Web Connect system. And at the end, I'm going to show you a really interesting way that you can record an opportunity based off of that sales call that we've just created. A little bit of background about what a sales call is inside of Web Connect. A sales call is basically a task that's inside of P21 that's got some extra capabilities. So to demonstrate that quickly, I'll show you the difference between a task and a sales call in the main screens. So if I go to my quick links menu, if I go down to about the middle bottom, I'll find an option for tasks. So if I select tasks, it's going to take me to the main task listing. Now these are all of the tasks that are open inside of Profit 21 right now. There are ways that I can filter this and search for it, but the most important thing that I want you to see right this second is the fact that some of them have phones next to them and some of them do not. Now if I open up a sales, one of these, even though it says call, and I click it open, this is just a task, and it opens it up in what we call our task detail screen. It looks a little bit like the task screen inside of P21. You can link it to transactions. You can assign it to someone. You've got contacts. We've added something called attachments, which lets you open up documents linked to the task. And same thing with follow-ups. This is a Web Connect extension that lets you create follow-ups and track those through Web Connect. But it's not the same as a sales call screen. So if I hit my back button and go back, and if I select one of these that has a phone on it, it opens this up at a completely different screen. And in this screen, we have a lot more options over here. Not only do we have the assign to and contacts, but we also have a call location. Because all sales calls have to be associated with the customer, we can link in customer notes, see other tasks for the customer, view and edit even customer contacts. So these are all the contacts that exist for this particular customer, and we can actually edit them on the fly in this sales call screen. We can also see ship tos. We have attachments, kind of like in the task screen, and we can do follow-ups. So it's there's a lot of capability in a sales call that's not in a task. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can also link sales calls to unlimited number of product groups and suppliers. This helps a lot later on when you're trying to figure out what people have been calling about and what the success rate of those are. Suppliers can be really interesting here because it's actually possible to link these calls to suppliers. And sometimes, and several of our clients have told us that they need to provide insight to their suppliers about the calls that their reps are making, and also opportunities that come with that. So this is one of the ways you can do that. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways to create the sales calls that are out there. The first way is just to click the new button and then to select sales call. And what this does is this takes you to what the same screen we're on right now. This just happens to be a new one. And I call this the main sales call screen. It's the one that has most of the capabilities in it. You can do pretty much anything from this screen that are related to sales calls. So I put in a subject, test sales call. It's already, notice, selected this customer 10315, which is 123 warehousing. And the reason it did that is that we came from a screen, we actually came from another sales call that was for 123 warehousing. And so it anticipated and said, hey, you were looking at something related to 123 warehousing. You probably would like to start a call from them. We try to do that in Web Connect whenever we can to save people from having to type and add things in. So when I have a title on here, we already have a customer selected. I could select a contact if I want to. I could select a transaction. It already picked a call type for me called call, but I could change it from that to customer or visit. I think I will change it to visit here. It pre-selected a call date that's pretty much around today, but if I want to, I can move this over and set it up for 6 p.m. At some other, I wouldn't make it 6. Let's do it about 3. There we go. So at this point, I can simply save the call, and it's going to go ahead and add it. There really wasn't that much that I had to do in order to get a call to go this way. However, in most cases, you'd add some kind of a call note, some kind of description of the things that happened for you. And if you want, you can go ahead and define some product groups like we mentioned earlier. So we'll go ahead and grab, let's work with adhesives today. And so I'm just going to do 5,000. Let's do 50,000. That sounds good on adhesives. I can add multiples. So maybe I want to go also adhesives aerosol, but I'm going to make this one for 5,000 for sure. Add that one in. So now I've got a couple of product groups on here. I can do the same thing for suppliers. Maybe I want to add in 3M or someone. So let's grab 3M and make them a $3,000 portion of this. By the way, we do make it possible to create a sales call from an order screen. I'll show you that in a few minutes, and it will bring all of those product groups and suppliers over and total them up for you, so you don't have to do that, and give you a total call value that way as well. So some neat stuff you can do there. Now I'm going to show you what this looks like real quick in the call log. So let me go back to quick links, and I'm going to go ahead and go to my sales call log. And I think we set this thing up for, here it is, my 3 o'clock on the 28th test sales call. And it's linked to 123 warehousing. It's got a call note on here. That's the little notation that I put on there. You can choose to view those or not. And it's a follow-up visit with the customer. So if I go, notice that it has a $55,000 product value and a $3,000 supplier value. I was mentioning earlier you can do some neat things with this. And so, yeah, if I want to filter by suppliers, say show me anything I've got going on with 3M or heck 3M Automotive for that matter, you can add multiple here. Then I can search, and it's going to bring back all of these. Notice it has $3,000 supplier. So that's pretty neat. It lets me go ahead and see everything that I've got going on with specific suppliers or product groups out there. So I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to go with adhesives, that's right. Select that, and it's going to bring back a different subset of calls at that point. So I'm going to show you another quick way to record a sales call as well. I mentioned that you could do this from an order or a quote. So there's some real advantages to doing this. I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to go find an order, this one right here, and I'm going to open it up. And notice this order has several line items on it and other interesting things. It's a pretty good order, 4,201. Imagine that I wanted to go ahead and create an opportunity, a sales call for this order and I just wanted to go ahead and talk to these guys about it. What I can do is just go to the tasks button and then select a new sales call. And when I do that, it's going to go ahead and start a sales call for me with all of these, with this value of $4,201. If I look at it, these are all the product groups that were on the original order. And if I look at the suppliers, these were the suppliers that were on the order. And it totals up to the same amount. So I can put some comments on here, nice order, or whatever it might be. Maybe I need to call them and talk to them about something that I saw in this particular order, and I want to go with that. All I really have to do now is click save, and I have the new sales call. I mean, pretty much everything is set up for me at this point. It even brings over a title, which was the original order number. And if I go back to my call log at this point, I'll see that it is this call right here, this a sales call 1246 for order number 1028169 for $4,201.11. Now, there are a couple of other ways you can create sales calls in Web Connect. One of the most popular is this button right up at the top of every screen. It's called the Quick Sales Call button. If I click this, it'll open up a very simple screen where I can start looking for a customer. So in this case, I type 123 and it starts for 123 warehousing. I can then select a contact if I want to. It defaults the call subject to sales call. I can just put in some comments. I wanted to show you real quick also the ability to quickly create an opportunity. So remember that sales call that we created just a couple of minutes ago off of the order? Let's say that I've made this sales call, it went great, and now I want to create a Web Connect / P21 opportunity. I can just open up the sales call, click the new opportunity button. It's going to bring all of the information that I saved about the sales call and accumulated over time to the opportunity. I basically just need to select an opportunity type. It's going to bring over the opportunity size. The success probability is defaulted. I can select next step date and anticipated close date if I wish to do that. And click next, and all of that information is saved with the opportunity. If you've ever used opportunities in P21, you'll know that that would have taken tremendous more amount of time than doing it this way. So again, a quick way to create the opportunity brings over everything else you need with it as well.